Alright, hey guys, Pax here. I'm back with another video. This is not going to be a video like your regular funny moment shit what we do. This is actually going to be a podcast. I just want to do this. I did this on my other channel. You guys can go check it out. It's going to be kind of inactive because I want to focus on this channel mostly, and I just really like doing podcasts like this. So as you see the title says that we're going to be talking about basically, is Justice League dark, good or bad? So yeah, we're just gonna be discussing if it's a good or bad movie, how it places in like the rankings of all the other movies, because I've seen a lot of them. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen the ones that really matter. Anyways, this is just gonna be like a down just podcast, just us chilling. Chad's here just playing games. I'm here looking at a game screen because I'm grinding GTA. And yeah, we're just gonna be talking about Justice League Dark. So let's get right into it. Anyways, Justice League Dark. Well, if you haven't noticed, okay, so the first part of this podcast is gonna be non-spoilery. It might be we might say a little bit of spoilers, but we're gonna try to not say that many major spoilers. And after that, we're just gonna go all out, just review it, talk about all the key moments, the climax, and everything about that. Anyways, yeah.
If he thinks I can spoil anything, he is sorely mistaken.
Yeah, dude, Chad, he's heard a lot of spoilers, man. He works in the movie theater, so he knows all about the spoilers. Let me drink water. All right. So before you watch the movie, you can realize that the movie, it's rated R, and if you don't want to I suggest not watching with kids. It is very gory, and I like that, man. You know, DC, I like them just embracing their gore. They've always been known for being very gory, as seen in Watchmen and other books, and especially the Joker. So I like how they're embracing that. You know, fuck Teen Titans Go. I'm just gonna say that came out of nowhere, but I hate that show. Don't know why.
I wanted to watch that movie. I never had a chance.
Oh yeah, speaking of movie, the Titans in this universe were actually there. I that's all I know. I literally I was browsing on the TV I was on I was browsing the TV, and I just go on Cartoon Network. The first thing I see is a naked Dick Grayson. I was like, okay, you know what, this is a nice show. So happy that I clicked on it. Anyways, back to Justice League. So this movie it's the end of this, basically. It's, if you guys don't know, there's a kind of cinematic universe, like an animated universe. It's been going on for 7 years, I think, ever since Flashpoint, the Flash film movie, not the comic book. So yeah, that's been going on for 7 years, and this is the ending. I would say this is actually kind of DC's version of Endgame, and the whole thing they were doing with the cinematic universe. I actually did a video talking about Crisis Infinite Earths. It's on my other channel. You guys can check that out. At first, I think I said there that was basically DC's kind of Endgame kind of thing. It is kinda, but this is way better. Chad, do you agree with that? Probably don't. Chad here. Okay, I'm just gonna get this out of the way already. I love the movie. Chad is he sees this as any other movie. Okay, let's put it lightly. That's what he thinks.
I'd rather watch any other movie than that one again with my time back.
Yeah, I watched it with him, and he just didn't like it. Why didn't you like it? I'm just gonna say this. Why didn't you like it? Because
first of all, it seemed to rush. It was it wasn't even long. It was rushed. It was the final movie. I agree with you. It should be put in 2 parts.
Oh yeah, I did say this before that I would have preferred it to be 2 parts, but as a in my opinion, it did good being a 1-part movie. I thought it was gonna be 2 parts.
It was completely rushed.
But
I feel like it should be a 2-part.
I wouldn't say it was completely rushed. Okay, I wouldn't say that.
Just how Avengers did. It wasn't Civil War. The one before.
Basically,
Endgame,
this whole
Infinity
movie.
War.
Okay, this is not spoil. I don't know if this is a spoiler. I don't know. So you guys can just deafen your ears if you want. But basically, this whole movie is basically Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War kind of combined. Like the ending of Infinity War and Endgame. That's basically this movie. And,
they just skipped all the battles. They just made the battles so fast. I wanted some action, a good fight.
Yeah, they did rush. I do agree with that they did rush a few parts. It would have been good if it was a 2-part movie, but I would say it did good. I did a good job this being a 1-part. Okay, I do have a lot of complaints though in this movie, which I'll be getting on later.
It sucked that everyone survived.
It's kind of spoilery, so I'll be getting on later.
It sucked that everyone survived.
What are you talking about?
Everyone in the movie survived. It sucks, right?
Not everyone survived it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh. Are you trying to do like a reverse Mark Ruffalo here? Are you trying to do a reverse Mark Ruffalo? Oh, everybody dies. No. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Oh my god! You just did a spoiler. Oh my god! Wow! How dare you?
No, I'll talk about you did it. What else? What else can we say that's non-spoilery? I can just go on this since it's all spoilers. Yeah, movie. It's basically a continuation of Flashpoint. Okay, in other movies.
Spoiler alert. All you gotta do is edit spoiler alert in, and then boom, we talk about whatever we want.
It's okay. It's all fine. Anyways, I'll be honest. I didn't really know that Flashpoint was actually part of this universe. Mainly because of the art style. Wait a minute. I'm still confused still. Yeah, I don't really know because Flashpoint, it felt like its own other thing. Mainly because the art style was different and the characters already knew each other back then. And the next movie after Flashpoint is Justice League War. And that movie is like a standalone, like it's the origin story, basically, the Justice League. So I guess the Flash and Batman knew each other before that. I don't know. It's very confusing there. I just thought the Justice League War was the first movie, but this is a continuation of Flashpoint since they do reference that a lot. And it does have a huge impact. Kind of, I don't know if this is black. It does have a huge impact on the plot. Okay. Flashpoint, you see stuff. Speaking of Flashpoint, it feels a lot like Flashpoint, like the setting, the mood, the tone of it. It really captures that kind of like post-apocalyptic kind of future. And yeah, I like that. DC's good with that, as seen with Watchmen and other stuff they have. So yeah, I really like that. Anything else, Chad, you want to say that's non-spoilery?
I'd like to point out he knows all this, and the reason I'm not talking because I didn't watch any other movie.
Yes, and for the record, before we watch it, I told you. All right, I know you don't watch it. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. Okay, I'm like an encyclopedia. I know a lot about like Star Wars, Harry Potter, and all this shit. I can't ask you questions
about movies because if you explain it to me, I'll understand it. But then I'd rather watch it to understand it.
Okay, so let me say this another way. Do you have any questions that are non-spoilery about the movie and the backstory?
No, not really. Nope.
Because this is like it's been leading up to this. It's okay. I like the build up to this movie because if you see the other movies, other animated movies, it shows stuff that like affects this movie. Like it has like material gotten from those other movies. This is kind of a minor spoiler, but I'm just gonna say Doomsday. Doomsday, as you know, like in the comics and they had like a whole movie, like a 2-part movie about him and his effects. Both the materials of both movies, Doomsday and all the cyborg stuff, they do make an appearance in this film, and I really like how they brought that up. Like that's just damn, it's like wow, freaking Darkseid. He just went independent. Like oh yeah, so this movie. It's very independent. Like it takes parts of other comics, but like overall it's an original story, and that's what I really like. Darkseid, he's mostly known like as like Thanos is known for the Infinity Gems and stuff like that. Darkseid is known for the anti-life equation. In this movie, it wasn't really mentioned at all. Like they don't even mention the anti-life equation. Then again, there aren't really many like new gods. There's the only new god that's really present is Darkseid, and I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna talk about that more later on, but that's another thing I don't really like about the movie. All right, so how long has this podcast been so far? It's been 16 minutes. Well, yeah, it's been 10 minutes probably. I don't know. We were talking a lot before this. What?
Was I?
Well, I started recording. I spent like 10 minutes doing nothing.
Oh yeah, I was talking because of it was quiet.
All right.
I was like,
So we're gonna get into the spoiler section now. This is gonna be just like my other videos. Not gonna lie, but this is gonna be like the hugest portion of this. So yeah, this movie is. I'm gonna start with one complaint first. My one complaint is that they just killed off a lot of people. We're just gonna go right into the spoiler. They killed off everybody. You know, we got Titans, we got some Justice League members just dead.
Whoa. By kill off, you mean by kill off? You're supposed to say the ones that are actually killed off for good.
Yeah, man. In the end, okay. Again, this is all spoilers, but in the end, they just
except for Cyborg. He's the only Titan that's gone for good.
Barry basically just resets everything again. Like at first he's like
was never there, so
at first Barry is like, I don't want to do this. Like I've told Iris I don't want to, but then Constantine's like, come on, man, don't be a bitch.
No,
and then he just runs for it.
No.
What?
No,
what
Barry said he promised Iris he would never go back in time and do the Flashpoint.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna reset time.
And then Constantine was like, you have to.
Yeah, he's like, don't be a bitch. Like do it. And then he did it. And we got selfish. Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
Don't be selfish, Barry.
Yeah, but to be fair, Flashpoint. Flashpoint was all about like being selfish, and like that's a whole theme about that. Like, don't be selfish.
Superhero he is.
Yeah. Speaking of Flash, the people. They had freaking not Reverse Flash. The nephew of that, not Black Flash. Kid Flash.
Yeah, the black. There's a black suit.
That's the Black Kid Flash. They had Black Kid Flash here, freaking Wally West, and he has no dialogue. He's just there. He dies off camera along with Beast Boy.
I didn't even notice him. That's what you meant by Black.
Okay, so at first when I first saw him, I was like, is that the Ray? I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You got some new gods here. I like New Genesis. I thought it was like Ray, who was another whole character, the Fourth World. You probably don't know him, but like he was a big character. He's kind of like a bitch, but still. I thought he was gonna be there. I was like, cause like I saw this on like Instagram, like for the first teasers. I saw the image and I was like, it kind of looks like the Ray, and no, it's Black Kid Flash.
That's nice.
And yeah, that's what I hate about this movie is that they just killed everyone off. Remember how they brought back Shazam? Remember like in the fight, Shazam was like all scarred and stuff. All
they did is make him have his leg back.
Yeah, they brought him back.
Him have some.
Then he like. They're like destroy this like kind of like drill thing that's destroying the earth like because like the earth's getting drilled, like all the molten core from lava from the earth is getting sucked out, and basically Constantine and everyone else are like, all right, we're gonna send a bunch of groups trying to like destroy these things, and yeah, in one of those groups Shazam is there and he just dies. Everyone dies. Batgirl.
No. He kills himself.
Yes. Okay. At first Did he kill himself?
Yes.
He says Shazam.
He got bombarded and he Shazammed himself along with everyone else around him.
I don't really know if he killed him though, because like when he says Shazam, that's how he turns into a human, and so
and as that happened, the what's it called? The monsters ripped him apart.
He was dead. They could have made it a lot. I feel like there was a scene cut out from that, because if you remember in Flashpoint, they killed he Shazam with all his family and they all died. Like they all got killed like as a kid. And I feel like that was cut out. I don't know, man. We got a lot of dead Billy Batson so far. Like I've seen as in Batman Deceased. We got no love for him except for Shazam so far. Anyways, yeah, they just brought everyone to kill them. It was so sad. It's like the characters that don't really matter in the plot just all died. I really as all you guys know, this is the last movie of the whole universe until they reboot it. And I wanted to see a lot of people. Like I feel like they needed 2 more movies before this. They needed a Fourth World movie, and a Teen Titans movie. Because like I saw that roster and I was like, who are these people? You got. I mean, I know these people, but like I wanted to see them in action. You see,
I feel like DC has too many heroes.
Yes, but you can say the same thing with Marvel. Like they're like on side by side. Like the cinematic universe for Marvel is eventually going to be like that
they had in the series.
I mean, you can't really help it though. Like they're going to keep on adding and adding. That's exactly. They didn't really focus on them that much. Like if you see Endgame, Avengers, like I told Chad about this earlier. You had movies about like everyone there, like Black Panther and like Captain Marvel. But imagine if like you watch Infinity War and there wasn't a Black Panther movie yet. There won't really be an effect. Like I'm a diehard superhero fan, but people like Chad, you're like, oh, he's dead. Okay, who cares? But like if he knew who he was with his movie, then
it depends on the character. I know some of the characters. It's just that it depends on which ones it is.
Yes, but still, all I'm trying to say is that I really wanted to see a movie with like, again, like I wanted to see Robin and Superboy just interact somehow, because like I love that Superboy, that kind of
oh heck no, didn't he die
yes fast? He just got his neck snapped by like a parademon,
some Superman
freaking
Superboy. It was like he's Superboy. He has be like Superman.
Yeah, that was so this dumb, boy, man.
Just easy.
He just gets his neck snapped and I'm like, come on.
It wasn't even by like a dark side, by one of the grunts.
Yeah, he just grabbed his neck like just crack. Oh man.
Shoot. Doing to the wrong goal. Oof.
But I really hate that, man. Like they could have made one more movie. Two more movies.
Scored a score.
Chad, shut up. Hey, what are you playing? Are you playing Rocket League right now?
No, I'm playing GTA. I'm playing the Rocket Arena.
Oh my gosh.
A Rocket League.
Yeah, Chad here has a low attention. He has ADHD, so we have to distract him with something.
Oh yeah, if you had me just sit here talking without something to do, I would have left. I'm not.
This is how most of my podcasts go. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I probably would have went to sleep. Actually, not even gonna lie with you.
Most people I know have ADHD. Not really, but still. So I wanted to see.
I just can't sit still.
Yeah, that was me. Well, I'm kind of hungover because I was so caffeinated last night. Anyways, moving on to what we're talking about. Anyways, I really wanted a movie, man. Teen Titans, they're just great. I love the superheroes. Robin, yeah. They had Red Arrow in there. They had Arsenal, or whatever his name is, Speedy, and he was just standing there. Yeah, I didn't even know until I saw like an image later on after watching. I was like, what? He was there? I didn't even know.
That's not cool.
They had both Kid Flashes, and they didn't even show any of them. Because if you remember in Teen Titans, I think the Judas Contract, in that flashback, they showed Speedy and Wally West, like the white Wally West. So like that kind of sucks.
The white one.
Yeah, there's a white Wally West, there's a black one, okay? Let's deal with it, okay?
Oh.
You need to comics. There are two. There's a white Wally West, there's a black Wally West. Not gonna lie, I like the white one better.
The TV show showed me the black one.
But they could introduce the white one as well. Okay, yeah, and also, aside from a Teen Titans movie, I would have loved to see a Fourth World movie with like New Genesis. I'm just gonna keep on rambling. I know Chad doesn't know anything about this, but I've always seen them like as side by side. There's Apokolips and there's New Genesis. Like they're both kind of bad. They both have like flaws, but New Genesis is generally like the good looking one. And I would have loved to see a movie with like New Genesis. Probably in the end of the movie, they probably got destroyed by Darkseid, kind of building up to this movie. And also like seeing Metron get destroyed because the Mobius chair is somehow in Darkseid's possession. How did that happen? They could have had a backstory for that. And plus New Genesis, man. I wanted to see Orion and all those people fight Darkseid. I'm really a big fan of Mr. Miracle, the newest book by Tom King. And I just really love how it felt. Like the feeling, the pacing. I would have loved to see that in this movie. Just see like Highfather, Mr. Miracle, the Ray. I think that's his name. Light Ray? Light Ray, not the Ray someone else. Light Ray. I would love to see him at least. Like, I don't care if he's a bitch again. Just do something. I would love to see that movie.
More
okay.
Characters.
What else, Chad? What other complaints do you have this movie besides that was rushed?
It's literally just that it was rushed. It just felt like nothing was satisfying. Again, it might help if I watched all the movies, but just it didn't feel satisfying to me. Like Endgame, I feel like if I watched it without watching any other ones, at least I'll feel satisfying.
Yeah, this felt okay. Endgame had like the bigger like the publicity. They had a lot more. Like they even had Fortnite sponsorships and stuff like that. This game, like Justice League, it kind of fell under the radar in my opinion, because you asked people, like I asked some of my friends, like, did you watch a Justice League movie? They're like, what are you talking about? Like I asked my parents. I was like, they're like, oh, it's closed. Theaters are closed. I'm like, no, they didn't even, no one really knew. That's what I'm trying to say. No one really knew about this movie. And
well, if it's not in the theaters, no one cares.
Hey, I'm just saying they could have marketed it a lot better, because like it's quarantine, okay? People are desperate, and I feel like you would get a lot more viewers at this time. If you marketed it a lot better.
Probably topic that would be off topic, but would help understand what I mean by the Avengers, whatever I just said. For example, Star Wars. I have never watched the first to a lot of Star Wars. I missed a lot of them in the beginning, obviously. There's been 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the books also, the comic books and the books.
I skipped to which one was it? What was my first Star Wars movie? One sec.
My first one is probably the first one, because I grew up watching Star Wars. Like I watched chronologically, like not chronologically, like by release, but episodes wise.
One sec, my brain's forgetting. What was the one before the Rogue One?
That's A New Hope. Actually, no. That is the third one. Revenge of the Sith.
No, okay, it was.
Well, technically, if you want to go like that.
Oh no, my first one was the one where they introduced when they introduced Rey and.
I think like you mean by release. I thought like okay. That's
my first one.
That's shit. How did I forget this? I actually forgot the title. It's episode 7.
Okay, that was my first one, and my friend was like, "You gotta go watch all the other ones if you understand." I said, "Well, to be honest, even though I didn't watch the other ones, it was still a good movie to me."
The Force Awakens.
That one, yes, that was my first one.
It was a good movie. Out of the trilogy, I would say it's probably the best. They told
me it was a disgrace to do, but they said at least you watched a Star Wars movie. And I said, well, okay. They said at least you watched a Star Wars movie.
Oh, I thought you were saying it's a disgrace as a movie.
No. They said I did it.
I was like, yeah, that's a disgrace. Have you ever seen episode 8? That's a disgrace. That hurt me hard watching that. Oh man, not gonna.
I was laughing. I was having fun though. I liked watching it. It was nice.
Personally, the third one's probably the most impactful. I've been watching a lot of I watched the ending of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and that's just chilling.
I watched a few on Disney Plus.
Which ones? I watched Rebels. I watched the ending of Rebels.
I was watching the very first Star Wars movie, like the ones with the very
Jar Jar Binks.
No, the ones with the very old
A New Hope
posters, very old posters.
Yeah, that's the 1977 A New Hope, and
yeah, I was watching those.
All those 3. All right, well, we're kind of digressing here.
Okay, let's go back.
Let's go back.
I was saying my point. But
yeah, what was your point?
Then you started talking. I said my point, but we finished it. Then you just kept on going on. We still kept on going on Star Wars.
I want to, if you want. I have a lot to say about Star Wars as well, man.
Continue Justice League.
Justice League Dark, by the way. This is not Justice League. It's called Justice League Dark. It is dark, okay? This movie is dark. You see people getting ripped up. There was one scene where, like, Zatan. Yeah, I keep getting... I don't know why. I get Zatanna's name confused with the G.I. Joe Zarana. You don't know her, but yeah. So Zatanna, she gets... There's one scene where like she's calling out for help with for Constantine to help her, and Constantine just runs. Remember that?
Oh, I remember Joanna. Though it's the
Joanna,
girl in the
Zatanna. It's
Zatanna.
Joanna. So you remember that, right?
Yeah.
That was a pretty. That was a scene, man. That was just a scene. I was gonna say that. Later on, they explained that, like, I think Zatanna, like, kind of like confused. She basically told.
She put a spell on him.
Yeah,
she put a spell on him.
I feel like they didn't really emphasize that much on that.
Oh, they emphasized it. They emphasized it a lot.
When
he died, they emphasized it. Because he looked at her and she said, "Oh, I made you turn away. I put a spell on you to."
But that scene though, like I was
away.
like, I don't know. I like Zatanna as a character, and then just seeing that as a scene. Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart. If you love characters like Nightwing,
Oh, he got destroyed. God dang. He didn't even last 5 seconds in that fight.
He gets destroyed. They try to do like an Oliver Queen thing to revive him, but of course they can't do that because everything goes wrong. So he's crazy now. And that's basically him in the movie. He's crazy.
He's one of the ones that quote unquote survived.
Yeah, if you like characters like Nightwing, Batgirl gets destroyed. Oh, Starfire, you just see her she turns into a cyborg later on, but you see her ripped apart. It's not good. That's what I hate about this movie too. It's that they build up stuff. Like, if you watch Justice League War, like they had a lot of chemistry between the characters, and you see a lot about like how Jordan being kind of like a goofball and like kind of pissed off all the time. In this movie, he has no dialogue. They don't bring him up. It's just, oh man, he's a core member. Like they don't. He just gets mauled.
Rhyme anymore.
No, you're talking about Etrigan. Oh yeah, Etrigan doesn't rhyme.
I don't remember his name.
He's basically.
I just wanted to say a quote from the movie.
He's basically a Hulk in Infinity War.
He's Banner Hulk.
Yeah,
he's Banner Hulk.
No, but he's a lot more reliable. Like, he's a lot more useful. Because Banner Hulk was just like there, but this guy would still fight, but he's just kind of bored and not into it. Later on, he does get into it, but then dies, and it feels fitting, man. Like, as a kind of like a demon hellspawn guy, like he's kind of born to do that. I watched the first Justice League Dark, and I guess he was just reviving. Like, he was just recovering from that movie, I think, because he lost the Jason guy, Jason Blood.
They said since his friend died, he never rhymed.
That was a long time though. Like, how long was the gap between these movies? That was a long time.
That's what he said. That's what Constantine said in the movie.
Well, to be fair, they've been like hooked up together like for like a long time. So
I don't know who his friend is, but I remember who he looks. I remember him in this.
Gone before the man. Arise, the demon. Etrigan. I had to say that. He doesn't say that. Man, this movie. I say a lot of bad stuff, but I really did enjoy it. The last act of the movie, the climax, Chad says it wasn't that good, but it was a ride. Holy shit. Like, one moment you see like Batman fighting Damian Wayne. The next moment you see Trigon Superman like trying to destroy Darkseid. It's just like, you want to kill Darkseid. At the end of the movie, you just want to destroy him for like everything he did to everybody. You're like, fuck this guy. It really does, like, as a villain, like, I feel like you should hate the villain most of the time. If they're the antagonist, you should like hate them a lot.
Raven has father issues. Raven has father issues.
It's kind of like a love it. Well, she says in the middle of the movie, like, that she has like, her father still kind of loves her, and so he basically sacrifices his life. I don't know, man. He sacrifices himself to save everybody. Even though, like, in the end, like, they all like reset everything. He doesn't know that, but he saves he basically blows up Apokolips. They boom tube. I don't know. It was like a black hole boom tube. Everything gets destroyed. The heroes escape in the end, and that's how it works. Yeah, the climax was insane. Let's
just say Cyborg just saved the world. The best character.
One part I like is that like remember when Superman got his powers back? I like how he got his suit back as well. Like, at first he wasn't even wearing the suit, and then he just put it on him. Like, oh, there's a suit.
That looks weird to me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's kind of like a fusion in like Dragon Ball, where like they fuse and like their whole clothing's just change.
Yes, that That felt weird.
It's like in Dragon Ball GT where like Vegeta gets like all like pants and stuff when he turns Super Saiyan 4. Like he gets like extra clothing. Like, oh, this is nice. Oh man,
I don't know what to say to that.
It's good though. I really liked it.
I haven't seen them fuse.
Superman's kind of like a Boy Scout. This whole movie is kind of Superman's fault, so I really like how like everyone kind of hated him after a while because like it was his fault really. He really pushed this to happen. He took because like Superman basically took the upfront approach to push Darkseid. That was kind of dumb. It really
and Cyborg was the one
I don't know if it really fits Superman's personality, but it really fits everyone else's personalities because you see Superman. I see Superman as like person you could trust. Like everyone trusts Superman, and everyone did trust Superman, which caused everything to be like everything end up badly for everybody. Because like even Batman, like Damian Wayne, like one part says, like his father knew like this could turn out bad, but he trusted Superman, which I feel like it kind of fits, you know. Superman just died. He came back. You know, Superman may be a bit crazy because like he was dead for a while and he came back, but you know, just brush that off.
Cyborg was the one that was an accidental spy.
Yeah, he's basically he was Red Arrow in Young Justice season 1, where like he didn't know he was being like a pawn of like Darkseid, but he was.
And that's the only reason why they lost.
Well, not really. Even though they're coming in unprepared still.
Yeah, but at least they wouldn't be upgraded little demi whatevers they were called.
No, I feel like he had that even before that happened.
Oh, well, it made it look like that because of Cyborg. He upgraded them to make them stronger.
At first, I thought, like, before I watched the movie, I thought Trigon and Darkseid teamed up, but it was actually the kind of like opposite. It was just kind of like fortunate events to happen. Like, during this time, Raven was kind of having troubles with her father, which ultimately helps everybody in the end.
It's just a bunch of series of unfortunate events, you know?
It feels like a DC movie. It feels... Yeah.
With everyone having problems.
Yeah, like serious unfortunate events. You know, I like Nightwing. You know, they butchered his character. They did the same thing with Kid Flash in the comics, but then they're kind of redeeming him. I don't know. Honestly, Rip Comics. Hopefully, it doesn't die. I'm just gonna put that out there. They're struggling a lot. The industry right now, especially comic book shops right now, they're struggling a lot. No income and stuff like that. So Rip. What else about this movie? What else can we say? It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm just looking at this on the screen, by the way. 100% in Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
Does it?
Yes, it does. I have it up on my screen the whole time. I just realized that 96% of people like this movie. As a standalone movie, I said a bunch of complaints earlier. It may seem like I hate this movie, kind of, but not really. I just really hate how I wanted more about the universe. But this movie, I stand alone, I'd say it's a pretty decent movie, you know. Yeah, like Chad said, like I said also it's a 2-parter, but it was still good as a 1-parter, as I said earlier. If you're like one of those people who hate 2-parters, like you want to just condense to save money and stuff like that, this is a good watch. I do recommend watching other movies of the universe. Not all of them, because some of them I heard are kind of bad. I didn't really watch any of the Aquaman movie. I heard it was pretty bad, so I just kind of skipped the movie. The ones I would say watch is Flashpoint, definitely. Justice League War, because it has Darkseid and like it's kind of like the origin. Justice League Dark, because it has John Constantine because of that, and Trigon, if you like those characters. I don't know about Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I didn't really watch that. You should also watch Superman Red Sun. I did a review on that. I love that. It's not really connected to this movie. I'm just saying. It's a good movie. Okay.
So many movies I never heard of.
Yeah, Chad, I'm telling you to watch this, okay? By the end of this year, we're going to get you to be I don't know. We're going to get you to be a DC professional. whatever you want to say this.
That's gonna be difficult.
An
That's gonna be
expert in
real
DC.
difficult.
I'm not even an expert. I wouldn't consider me as an expert. I'm just kind of just a nerd. All right. So this movie, we're not really saying the summary of this. We're just going around and around, or mostly I'm just going around and around. Chad, you can chip in, by the way, if you have anything to say.
You literally asked me the questions, you did the topics, and I literally said everything that I did think was wrong. Oh,
So yeah, that
okay.
says a lot. It says a lot. Like, he doesn't like this movie, but he doesn't really have much things to say about it. So take that in mind, okay?
The closure, like,
The closure,
what I'm saying is that I didn't get any closure. That's what I'm basically trying to say.
the closure was very depressing. It was like restart again, restart anew. I just didn't really. I felt kind of lazy. Like, you see reboots in other ways. Crisis on Infinite Earths probably being the biggest reboot ever in any kind of story. It felt kind of lazy because, like, they just had the like in the middle of the movie, you think the Flash died, but then like towards the end, like, you find out he's alive, and they just kept him alive to just do the Flashpoint thing.
Wait.
What?
When did he die?
In the movie, they said like the first ones to fall were like Green Lantern and the Flash, but then later on, you find out that he was still alive. They said that, I remember.
Oh yeah. Well, they just contradicted themselves.
They thought that he died, but it didn't. They didn't really die. That's what they thought.
The Green Lanterns, they saved them.
Nah.
They
Yeah,
got
Green Lanterns
destroyed.
got
When he
destroyed,
came
like-
over, thank God.
So yeah, the ending was very. It felt very lazy. I kind of want to and not want them to just kill off the Flash, because he's gonna restart the universe again, and if they do the same continuity, like having the same thing in the same Flash, then it just feels kind of lazy. I was like, he could do that again, and so they really have to like do something to stop that. Probably kill off the Speed Force or something.
They're gonna kill Flash.
I say change up the Speed Force, to be honest. Change up the Speed Force, add all the forces into the universe, make a Flash movie with all the other forces there, and yeah, just nerf Speed Force. Just nerf that. Futures of this, as I said, there's gonna be a Superman Man of Tomorrow movie coming out this summer, I believe. I don't really know much about that. All I know is, like, I think it's like a whole new cast, different art styles. It looks like it. So yeah, it's gonna be a rebooted universe. I missed this because this is the last. I love the old films, by the way. I wanted more. Okay, I really wanted more. The last Batman thing was Hush. It was mediocre. They could have had a lot more in other characters.
Oh, you're talking about
Batman
actually,
Hush.
You told me to jump in, but you're mainly talking about these other movies.
Batman Hush. You should watch that too. Okay, good. It was okay. It was a decent movie, I would say, and the comic book was amazing. Anything else you want to say, since you want to jump in?
I died somehow, but
You died in that universe. He was there.
my favorite character.
If you
out of
paused in a minute, and if you pause in an hour and 13 minutes exactly on that, you will see Chad in one pixel. He's gonna be in one. Don't quote me on this, but there's
my
in
most
one
favorite
pixel.
character in there was John Constantine because of
He was the
kidding.
protagonist.
I'm just kidding. My favorite character was the guy that was supposed to be rhyming.
Etrigan.
Yeah, Metragon. I can't
Oh
say
yeah,
his
by
name.
the way, they also had the Suicide Squad, this movie. Harley
They
Quinn.
were the comedy relief. It was the
No.
best.
Really? I didn't
They
like
were
Harley
the best
Quinn.
comedy relief.
You know, I'm just used
They
to
were the best comedy relief.
I'm used to the DC Universe Harley Quinn for like a long time, like all serious and like not being kind of like bitchy like this one. And that's what they did.
They
Like,
copied her from that's exactly how she was in the most recent Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
no,
he
no, but
acted.
like aside from like her and the Joker, because like in this one, she still loved the Joker,
Oh, his car can
but she
jump.
died or he died.
Oh, come here real fast. You just gonna jump over me like that? Come back. Come back here.
Everyone's just gonna be
This guy
confused
upgraded
watching
his
this. I don't know if
car.
this is gonna be on Spotify. This might be on Spotify. Not of well, if you guys like this, I'm not gonna put this on Spotify like immediately. I don't really know much about that, to be honest.
I don't know much about Spotify either.
Ooh, I heard people do podcasts there though, so I don't know. So what else? What else? What else? I was thinking of something, but oh yeah, by the way, fun fact: the voice of Lex Luthor in this movie and a few other movies before this was Rainn Wilson. And if you guys don't know, Rainn Wilson actually played Dwight Schrute in The Office. And so this is a fun fact right there. Oh.
Dwayne White played who?
Wait, what? Rainn Wilson. What?
Oh, Dwayne. Who did he play?
You said Dwayne. He played Dwight. Rainn Wilson played Dwight Schrute in The Office.
Oh, okay. You told me that.
Yeah. Like Dwayne Johnson. Oh, speaking of Dwayne Johnson, I think they're
Another
making a
show
movie
I
of that.
didn't watch.
No, I want them to make a Black Adam movie. Make it like a standalone thing like the Joker, but Black Adam. Because I feel like he's more relatable as like a superhero type. Because he is a leader. That's aside. That's something else.
You know what else I said?
What?
Like I had this vision of how strong they were. Right? I was like, dang, they're all so strong.
Yeah, they nerfed
right?
Superman. They nerfed him, and that kind of
No. I thought they had nerfed them all. Like, all
Yeah,
ever
they
did.
did.
They did like 5 punches and then ripped. Then a few of them just did a few of them was mid punch. They didn't even get a punch in. Their mid punch just got grabbed.
Superboy. Yeah, exactly. Same thing with Superboy. Superboy just went in there, got a few punches, but then just gets his neck snapped, and you're like, come on, Superboy. It was kind of dumb because they literally sent those people to just die. They're like, all right, do this. Like we're sending a bunch of teams to do stuff. They're just sending them to die, and that's kind of depressing. But
You know, actually, that's the only similarity they have in between Endgame, or was it Infinity War? No, Infinity War and that. Only similarity is that you know how Infinity War, when they brought in all those dregs, whatever the little grunts were called, how there were so many that they overwhelmed the heroes.
Imagine in that movie if
The
like everyone got ripped apart.
Yeah, they
Oh,
didn't. That's the
God.
thing, though. They got overwhelmed, but then their friends came and helped. You know. So
Imagine
each
if
of
like
these
the
heroes
Falcon
went
like gets grabbed out and like him gets like ripped apart, teared apart, limbs everywhere. That's basically this
by
movie.
by
That's
the
one portion of this
skinniest
movie.
creatures ever.
Oh man.
But what I'm trying to say is that if it's just that in DC, those heroes right there in that movie, they literally fought alone. They didn't fight together. They just went to their own little area of like, let's fight alone, you know?
Yeah, they
Only, I think,
sent
two
them
of-
like in different portions. They're like, all right, like Beta's here, Gamma's there. Everyone's just gonna die. Doesn't matter.
I think a few of them was like fighting together.
Oh
Like Shazam
yeah, and remember this?
Shazam, Superman, and
Yeah.
who else? Batman. They were the only three that actually was
No, Batwoman,
killing a lot of
Batgirl.
people.
Well, Batman.
Oh, I didn't notice them, but I didn't notice where they were. It was so much fighting I couldn't.
They were in
remember- I
the
couldn't
group
see
with
who-
Batwoman and Superboy. Like all those people.
Okay, because I couldn't see who was who. It was so much going on. I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, okay, I know him, I know her, but then I'm like, wait, who's this again? But I'm like, oh, I know who that is. Just that it was like 5-second scenes of fighting. I'm like, okay, wait, I need to. It didn't give me time to analyze. It didn't give me time to notice who was fighting. It was like that they're just fighting. That's all it was. It's like a big bar fight.
Yeah.
It's
It was
basically a
just they
bar
were
fight.
kind of dumb. One thing I like though is Superman. They nerfed him a lot, and that kind of added suspense because everyone was just basically, as Chad said, like everyone was kind of dumb, and
I think for
everyone was
this
kind of
movie,
weak.
They should have nerfed him. They should have made him look like he was at least going to do something.
No, but no, I feel like it was fitting because like in the beginning, he was his normal self. Then he gets nerfed. That adds kind of suspense because like you don't know if he's gonna die or not. And in the end, he gets all powerful. And like that sets the
you meant
mood.
nerfed as in when he was the green dude. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Also, by
Never
the way,
mind.
when I first saw him, I was like, is that Superman? Or I thought that was a Spectre. Not gonna lie, I thought he was a Spectre with the green eyes. And I was Superman. And whatever, it's okay. I like how Darkseid has like a kind of like personal hard on with Superman, like some kind of weird like obsession. Oh man, and also with Batman. Not gonna lie, because he has Batman as like kind of like a Desaad, basically kind of like Desaad. Again, there are no real like new gods. You don't see Big Barda. You don't see Granny Goodness. You don't really see any Furies. It's just they should make him. They really should have made a movie before this. Like what happened to Desaad?
They should have made it to where they're friends. Like they were friends. They come together. You know, like they fight where they saw someone else in trouble. Like, oh, I got you. I got your back. That's not what happened. They just got destroyed.
I mean,
no one was working.
The whole thing about this movie is that they are weak. Like they even said that like we don't really have that many heroes on our team that are willing to fight. Come on, they had Superman though. Okay, Superman. Well, most people hated Superman. So
I almost named the Marvel character that they can call in.
Who could they have called in?
Okay. I was gonna say, well, they could call in Silver Surfer, right? That's a DC hero. Like,
fucking Silver Surfer just comes in. He's like, "Hello, poorly CGI. I am here, Darkseid."
No, imagine DC's making a whole movie, right? Midway through that fight, Marvel just somehow bust in like, okay, you guys are too weak. 1 sec, we're coming through to finish this.
No, they won't do that,
just kill everyone in that first scene.
DC won't. No, Disney won't risk that to be part of like a rated R main Marvel movie.
Imagine how the thing would have went. It was like a.
I don't want to imagine that.
That would have been funny.
Okay. NetherRealm Studios. Yeah.
Between each other.
Warner Brothers. Well, I don't know Warner Brothers, but whatever studio who may or may not be developing the Marvel vs. DC game, I hope you're listening to this. You got some good ideas. Because I don't know, there were rumors that there was gonna be a Marvel DC game. Well, there was rumors that there were gonna be a kind of like Thor vs. Superman, Marvel vs. Superman, like in the comics, which may or may not happen anymore. People love it, people hate it. I kind of agree with the main kind of like comic book community. It's kind of lazy. Yeah, they did back in like, I think the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. No one really liked it.
No, Mortal Kombat style one, right?
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat style, but like Marvel vs. DC, that was a comic book back in the 90s, like the 2000s, early 2000s. But yeah, they might make one. Like a new Marvel vs. DC comic book, which most people are not for.
I didn't have to hold the button. Crap.
Okay, what else about this movie we have to talk about?
This is difficult.
Batman. I love his design. I love Batman's design. It reminds me of Batman Beyond.
That was a good act. I like Batman and the entire movie all the way through, even when he was an evil dude. That was nice. I was like, Batman over here. Lex Luthor and Batman were the good characters to me.
I feel like Lex Luthor was kind of a bitch. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but he's always it. He's always.
It's like everyone died. He's like, oh, I gotta surrender.
He's always like that. He always saves his hide. Even Batman said that.
It's kind of a weird comparison, but he's kind of like Wormtail from Harry Potter. It's like he'll always side with the group that's kind of winning.
Oh my god.
I don't know, but then again, he did have a kind of like a redeeming quality. He did stand up against Darkseid. But at the heat of the moment, he will side with the team that's winning. Like, if he doesn't, he's gonna die. That's the thing about Lex Luthor.
I want to point out you then said Harry Potter, another movie I have not watched.
Yeah, I don't know why you haven't watched or read Harry Potter. Like, come on.
What do you mean? Why would I read Harry Potter?
Yeah, why would you read Harry Potter? I wonder why. Why would you watch or read anything else?
I don't know. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't you? It's Harry Potter,
Why
man.
would you?
Why would I? Because it's Harry Potter.
How did you hear about this Harry Potter?
All right. That's a story for another time. Because I don't really have a story. All right.
We'll make one up somehow.
Yeah, just make a made up story. How I Met Harry Potter. It's like a whole TV show.
Well, first I went to Universal Studios.
Yeah. First, I watched Akimbo's. I saw I don't know what the movie's called. That one recent movie. Let me look it up. This is just, I don't know what we're doing, but I have to do this. It's like, first I watched the movie Guns Akimbo, and the first time I saw it, I thought Daniel Radcliffe was like ready to just kill everybody, and then I found Harry Potter. Imagine if you watch Guns Akimbo and just, I don't know. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I've seen some clips that people went crazy about. There's just a clip in a Guns Akimbo where like Harry Potter's like, no, Daniel Radcliffe's like in like a bunch of robes with a bunch of guns. Looks like he's like on like some kind of drug.
Okay.
Like it can be easily mistaken as like some kind of like freak out, celebrity freak out. Like next on TMZ, this image was released with Daniel Radcliffe outside his apartment.
Why outside his apartment?
I don't know. He's in robes. What do you think? Okay. So, what else? This just wrap it up. It's been like 40 minutes.
Yeah, let's just wrap this up.
So Chad, overall, what would you give this movie as a rating?
Okay. All in all, in seriousness?
Yeah. All seriousness.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Give it an extra 1 for a pity point.
5 out of 10. That's 50%. Yeah. That's a fail. Okay.
It's 5 out of 10. I gave it a
okay.
I gave it a pity point for being a superhero movie. That gave it 1 extra point for being a superhero movie because I like superhero movies.
So you're gonna give it a 4 out of 10.
I would for the movie, but it's a superhero movie because the biasness 5.
All right. Well, I am biased, but I have watched a lot of DC stuff, and okay, overall as a DC stuff, this is definitely one of the better movies. Like Justice League, all the live action ones.
This is one of the better movies. Oh, now my God! Oh, you mean live actions? I remember. Yeah, live actions are terrible. Other than Aquaman,
Joker's not that bad, but
I like the Aquaman and Joker.
Yeah, I mean,
and Birds of Prey. Okay, I liked Birds of Prey. I know what because now I
haven't watched it. I just saw one scene. Remember the scene where like that guy licked Harley Quinn's face?
Mm-hmm.
That was Victor Zsasz, man. And I watched Gotham, the TV show, and I like that. I don't know, man. I just didn't like that Victor Zsasz. It seemed kind of weird. He was too weird for me.
It's just that I didn't know from when I first watched it, it is supposed to be a, what's it called? An origin story for the Birds of Prey at first.
Oh yeah, one thing I heard about the movie is that there's an Asian girl in the group, like a kind of like a kid. Remember that?
She's the crossbow person.
No, not the. Oh yeah, the regular
she's the kind of. Yeah, she's the one that's gonna be her apprentice.
Yeah, and that, what's her name? It's like Cassidy or something, right?
I think so. I don't know.
That is Orphan. That is Orphan and Orphan the comics is a lot different than that, and people hated that. I can kind of sympathize with them. Oh man. I haven't watched. I probably will watch it one day just because why not? I mean, I watched X-Men Dark Phoenix because why not? It was kind of depressing, not gonna lie. Like the movie sucked, but it was depressing because of the last movie.
Hey, I do want to watch the X-Men movie. I do X-Men movies because I watched those a lot. I remember I used to watch those a lot. And I just fall off, and I want to get them all and then
you should. You really should.
Because I love the X-Men movies. I love those.
No, okay. All I'm gonna say is that it's very depressing. Like the ending.
I like Logan. I've already watched them.
Logan is the ending of like the whole thing, and the last movie, Dark Phoenix, it's just depressing, man. Like it's all about death and everyone. Okay, you know what? We're digressing way too much.
Is Logan the last movie you just said?
Chronologically, it is the last movie, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm buying all the X-Men movie at some point.
All right, we're digressing a lot.
thought we were wrapping it up.
Yeah,
so-
we were wrapping it up. What are we doing? We were like unwrapping another whole thing.
Okay, we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so yeah, Chad will give it a 4 out of 10. I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. Again, the characters, it just died. I really didn't like that. You know, if you love all these
They didn't put up
characters,
a bit of a fight. No fight.
yeah, they really didn't even have any dialogue. It's like, yeah, as I said earlier, like the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan's a founding member. He didn't have any dialogue at all. That's kind of like having,
I just noticed what you've been saying. Yeah, they have no dialogue at all. No wonder I was.
that's like
falling
having
asleep during
Rhodey.
the movie.
That's like having Rhodey in,
Marvel.
yeah, like in Infinity War or like and Endgame, and he has no dialogue at all. They just kill him off. That's like, come on. Like even in Infinity War, everyone had like some kind of dialogue. They still talked. Okay, you're paying real actors to say stuff. Just because it's cheaper to not have a voice actor doesn't mean they don't have to talk. Come on.
Is that really why they did that?
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
really the
Think
reason?
about it. They can save a buck by just not even hiring the guy. That's what
Come
they did
on,
for.
got some money.
That's what they
got
did for
some
Call of
money.
Duty. That's what they didn't get Malcolm McDowell probably just to save money
They probably
because their fucking loot boxes wasn't
now Call of
saving
Duty, They
them.
definitely have money with all those what's it called? With all those packs they're adding to the
Yeah,
game, saying
fuck's
you gotta
sakes.
buy this. No. They have enough
I
money
bought
for
those
that.
and I hate. No, actually, I didn't really buy, but I invested time in it. Fuck.
DC better have some movies. Like Marvel didn't like put them all completely out of money.
Yeah,
Like,
DC.
I'm like-
I've seen this in one of the videos. I don't really know. I watched a YouTube video. I've seen this, but DC, they're good with their animated movies, and they should stay with that. Like their Justice League, like their live action movies suck, but their animated movies are actually pretty good. And if like one thing they hate about live action movies are the CGI, and I feel like it may be more expensive. I don't really know how this works, like the pricing, but animated movies are the way to go. Like there are scenes in this movie that you can't see in live action. You're probably, if you do, it's probably gonna be hard. It's gonna be like Justice League, like the first Justice League live action movie, and no one liked that because of the CGI. So yeah,
my friends, at my job, they like they liked Aquaman. They said that was
Aquaman?
good CGI.
yeah, but then again, Justice
And they
League.
watched, and they were DC and Marvel fans, so they said Aquaman is very good. So they're reliable.
I heard some
Out
of them.
all
I heard the beginning of
was the best out
Aquaman.
of all of them, they said.
I watched it with my friends. At first, my friends kind of hated it because like they said like the first CGI, like the beginning CGI, kind of looked bad, but over at the end, yeah, I love the fight scenes and stuff like that. If you want to learn more about Aquaman, check out my review on my other channel, link down in the description. It's gonna be an active channel, but I want to be focusing on this more, and you never know, I might revive that sooner or later.
Probably he'll finally find it. Probably if I watch a movie, he'll probably talk of one that I probably watch and actually would know a lot of.
Yeah.
Which is a
You could do other
Very-
movies, and I don't really know how this podcast works.
That's a long chance.
Yeah. I don't really know how this podcasting will work, to be honest, because I really want to do this like once a week. We can find a topic to talk about. I don't really know. We can probably review other movies if you want. Chad works in a movie theater sometimes, so after this Corona stuff goes away, you watch free movies, right, in a theater? Or do you have to pay still? Hello? Oh, well, we lost Chad. Never mind. Well, looks like we lost the man. It says that we should just wrap it up. Anyways, yeah, guys, hopefully you guys like this video. Be sure to drop a like if you want more. Again, I'm going to be doing this once a week, kind of. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.